The history of photography has always been filled with innovation, as imagery has continued to develop along with the technology photographers have on hand. With such a long history, it's no surprise that photography is full of important first steps. Here are some rare photos from the world's oldest photograph to the first photo uploaded to Instagram and the first ever black hole photo in 2019. The world's first photograph, or at least the oldest surviving photo, was taken by Joseph Nicephore Niepce in 1826 or 1827. Captured using a technique known as heliography, the shot was taken from an upstairs window at Niepce's estate in Burgundy. As heliography produces one-of-a-kind images, there are no duplicates of the piece, which is now part of the permanent collection at the University of Texas Austin. We may be used to selfies now, but it's Robert Cornelius's 1839 image that lays claim to the first self-portrait. Taken in Philadelphia, Cornelius sat for a little over 1 minute before covering the lens. This daguerreotype by John W. Draper from 1840 is the first photo of the moon. Taken from his rooftop observatory at New York University. The image has since sustained extensive damage. Louis Daguerre, the inventor of daguerreotype, shot what is not only the world's oldest photograph of Paris, but also the first photo with humans. The 10-minute-long exposure was taken in 1839 in Place de la République, and it's just possible to make out two blurry figures in the left-hand corner. Karel Pop de Seth-Marie is the first known war photographer, capturing hundreds of images of the Crimean War. But it's this image from 1870 that is thought to be the first photograph of an actual battle, showing a line of Prussian troops as they advance. The photographer shot the image as he stood with French defenders. John Quincy Adams holds the distinction of being the first U.S. president photographed, though he wasn't in office at the time. Captured at his home in Quincy, Massachusetts in 1843, 14 years after he left office, the daguerreotype was shot by Philip Gaz. The first photograph of a sitting president was taken in 1841, but has now been lost. It depicted short-lived President William Henry Harrison before he passed away from pneumonia just 31 days after taking office. Just 5 years after the first photo of the moon, in 1845, French physicists Louis Fizeau and Léon Foucault took the first photograph of the sun. Even with just a 1/60th exposure, it's possible to see sunspots. It only seems fitting that the first known photograph of a tornado was taken in Kansas. On April 26, 1884, a tornado moved slowly across Anderson County, which allowed amateur photographer Ray A. Adams to set up his box camera. A pioneering image in meteorology, Adams' image is a precursor to the storm chasers we still see today. In the age of drones, aerial photography is often taken for granted, but this 1860 image actually pioneered the technique. Showing Boston from over 2,000 feet in the air, this aerial photograph was taken by James Wallace Black and Samuel Archer King. Unfortunately, the first aerial image, which was taken by French photographer and balloonist Gaspard Félix Tournakin, has been lost. On August 23, 1966, a lunar orbiter snapped this image of Earth from the Moon. The incredible image was captured during the orbiter's 16th lap around the Moon. Physicist James Clerk Maxwell is responsible for taking the world's first color photograph. In 1855, Maxwell developed a 3-color method, with the actual shutter being pressed by Thomas Sutton in 1861. The subject of the image? A colored ribbon, also known as a tartan ribbon. In 1926, National Geographic photographer Charles Martin and botanist William Longley took the first underwater photograph in color. Taken off the Florida Keys, it shows a hogfish, The duo took this pioneering shot by encasing cameras in waterproof housing and using a magnesium-powered flash. The first digital photo was taken earlier than you may have thought. Almost 20 years before the original Kodak digital camera, in 1957. This square image of Russell Kirsch's sun was taken. The photo is a digital scan of a film image, resulting in a square photograph that makes it Instagram ready. On July 16, 2010, Instagram co-founder Kevin Systrom uploaded the first post on Instagram. Actually, it was uploaded using an app called Codename, which 3 months later became the app we all know and love. It's only fitting, given how many pets have become famous from the app, that the first photo on Instagram shows Systrom's cute pup sitting at a taco stand in Mexico. On November 8, 2018, NASA's Parker Solar Probe took a groundbreaking photograph at 16.9 million miles from the Sun. That's incredibly close when one considers that Earth is located 91 million miles from the Sun. This first ever photo from inside the Sun's corona is a breakthrough in the field of heliophysics, and researchers are hopeful it will help us learn more about this giant star. In April 2019, NASA released the first known image of a black hole. This mysterious entity sits in the center of the Messier 87 galaxy, 55 million light-years from Earth, and was captured by the Event Horizon Telescope. The luminous disk we see is actually the black hole's accretion disk, where hot gases swirl around the vacuous space. Thank you all who stay with the video, and don't forget to like the video and subscribe us to see more videos like this.